Hey Jack Squad, YouTube family and friends, what's going on? Make sure you're making it happen for yourself. That's what we got to do. Make it happen for ourselves. Child, I watched the Dolton board meeting in its entirety. This mayor and the police chief and Andrew Holmes is something else. Now, Keith Freeman don't say too much, but them three, something else, right? Like, first of all, she barricaded the street so that the residents could not park and get in the parking lot. She barricaded the street. That's against the law. Wait, what did they say that? That is the violated the Open Meetings Act. She violated, she's like doing whatever she want to do. She don't care, right? So they had to walk, the seniors, and mostly it's seniors that come to these meetings. Well, everybody now, because there's so much public corruption, allegedly, right? The seniors, the elderly, well, that's the same thing. The handicapped, people just tired, don't want to walk all far. She made them walk a block or so to get to that meeting. She barricaded the streets. What I don't understand is the police and the people that are doing her bidding and doing what she say, do they not have a conscience either? Do they not have any, like, oh, this is wrong. This bad right here. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Do anybody ever say that? So anyway, they had to meet. Now the lawyer Delgado is still there, but they are refusing to pay him, but he's still there. I would like to know, why is he still there and he's not getting paid? Is he, because he's in on the shenanigans, right? Got to watch everybody. Everybody got to watch everybody. So, it was time for the comment section. Now, what I never understood is the people ask questions and nobody answers. Nobody says a thing. So that's like stupid to me. I'm going to say what I have to. Now, a comment is you say what you have to say. But I guess there's no question and answer period, because someone asked her later on, like, why you don't ever answer? She said this was for comments. So basically, they just let you say all kind of whatever you want to say, and they just going to sit there and look at you if they look at you. That's another thing. The residents were saying that they was doing stuff with their paperwork, looking at this, talking amongst each other. So they were just very disrespectful. When the residents are giving their comments, stating how they feel, they're very disrespectful. They're not paying them any attention, right? Like, child, you're going to pay for that. And people saying all kind of stuff. You going to jail, and where's the money? And we want you to step down. They really wanted to step down, her and the administration, but they're not. They're not. The people are just very, very upset. They're very, very upset. And anytime anybody get upset or say anything, then the police chief will say, say one more thing and I'm gonna close the meeting down. Like, they just like ruined with power. Like, there's no diplomacy, no democracy, there's nothing. Either do it what we say or else. He threatened to clear the meeting out. That's what he kept saying. I'm gonna clear it out. Maybe 3-4 times, right? That's not cool. If you work for the residents and you need to hear their concerns, they should be able to speak their concerns. Now, of course, people would get upset, but they don't want the people to get upset. They don't want to see the upsetness. They don't want to see that. So, people just basically just sitting there. They can't really express how they feel without a threat, right? And I got here in my notes, they hate Chief Lacey. He's the one that kept threatening. They hate him. They don't like, people really don't like him. And I'm trying to figure out, do he not understand that the feds are watching, people are complaining, and you are being talked about, right? If nothing else, he could lose his position, right? And let's say he don't get in trouble, don't go to jail or whatever, don't get indicted on anything. The people don't want you there. They don't want you there. Now, the lady, I said I wasn't going to forget her name anymore. She sits on the left of Andrew Holmes. Now, on the screen, she's on the right. Her name is Trustee Belcher. Now, When they were voting on stuff, A, nay, Holmes never said a word, but I think they counted him as if it was for them, a yay, and if it was against them, a nay, right? I didn't hear him say anything, and they had like 3 or 4 votes. He never said anything, right? Somebody got up and said, "You look sick. You look disgusting," Now, he wasn't at the previous meeting, but he's there, and I guess they trying to show we ain't scared or we ain't did nothing. I guess that's how they coming off, as we ain't did nothing, right? But this whole thing, this whole, let's say it's not any public corruption. Let's say their paperwork is in order and the money just went up wherever it went, right? Andrew Holmes still has to face the accusations of what he did to a coworker. He has to face that, right? He has to face that, and I'm still saying she was not his first. You just don't wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this today." On a trip, you had the drug, you planned it like you. I don't just don't believe that was his first time. I just don't believe that was his first time. And the way he looked creepy. He looked like don't nobody want to be with him. So you would have to take it. That's just my opinion. My opinion, right? So then, it was time for the trustees to speak. And Trustee Belcher talked about the program. Like, they got a lot of good programs, for free in Dolton, right? They have a lot of stuff. And I hate to say this, but if that money is gone, a lot of that stuff gonna go to the wayside. But they had a lot of good programs. They had children's programs. They have apprenticeship program for kids, like a trade. They got a lot of stuff for kids, right? The other trustee, what was her name? I wrote her name down. Brittany Norwood. She always speaks well about what they got going on too. But then it came time for the mayor's report. And she's just so hood to me. She's just so hood, right? And she said she tired of reporters. Yeah, I see y'all reporters here. I'm tired of y'all using me for clickbait. Well, girl, don't give them nothing to talk about. We wouldn't use you for clickbait, right? Because everybody's talking about you. You're known nationally. Right? And according to Brittany Norwood, they know you around the world for the shenanigans and misbehaviors and misspending and misappropriating the funds that you have allegedly been doing, right? She says that someone is creating too much chaos, right? And y'all just believe it. She always says this, like, is she in Never Land? Does she not understand what's going on? And y'all believe in it, and just because of some disgruntled ex-employees. Did the ex-employees make the money disappear? That's what I'm trying to figure out. People gonna talk. Yeah, people get disgruntled, they gonna talk. But did they make the money disappear? That's all I'm saying. Did they make you not give businesses license? Did they make the police chief try to intimidate people? Like that, y'all showed y'all actions. We gonna put the money to the side. You all have showed your actions. Andrew Holmes did. We ain't gonna talk about Keith Freeman because he's the money guy. Andrew Holmes showed his action allegedly. We saw on the video Chief Lacey intimidate Jeremiah. Is his name Jeremiah? Jedediah, right? We know that you did not allow businesses to flourish in your community, and anytime anybody want to buy anything, you buy it. Like you playing it like Monopoly. You playing Monopoly, right? So we ain't talking about the finances. We talking about just your character and what all you all have been doing, right? And so she said, this one got me. She said, y'all been lying and saying stuff and don't know what you're talking about and telling lies on me just for clickbait, but you're gonna have to deal with God. She said the people gonna have to deal with God on that. She ain't got nothing to do with it. The nerve. You know my God, girl, don't bring God into this. Don't bring God into this. What? So then she said it was also a scare tactic. Like, girl, ain't nobody trying to scare you. If anything, you trying to scare the people, right? And she kept saying, in case y'all don't know, she says that all the time. And I had heard somebody say this in previous board meetings. You talk to us like we stupid. And I see what they mean. Because she says, in case y'all don't know, I'm just trying to enlighten y'all. Because y'all don't know. Y'all don't know, right? Y'all don't know how things are run. So also they have a lot of lawsuits. It's a lot of money they owe vendors. They owe vendors money. And so in the meetings, they go over who's going to get paid, but then nobody's never getting paid. And that is the problem. I understand now. That is the problem. They say we're going to pay A, B, and C, D, E, F, right? And then, okay, they vote on it. Yay, yay, yay. One person might say nay. Like the one trustee, Stan Brown. I don't know if he's married to the lady next to him. Her name is somebody Brown. But he's always against. He's always with whatever Tiffany was doing. Stan Brown, right? An older black man. And so then Brittany Norwood, trustee Brittany Norwood says that they are lying about the finances. She said it. They're lying about the finances. And they have not been presented a budget. Now, for whatever reason, I thought Keith Freeman he's the administrator. I don't know who the finance person was. They said the finance person wasn't there. And they're never there at the meetings. Why not? That didn't make any sense to me. This is a board meeting. They want to know about the finances. Why isn't the finance person there? And the girl said it. She said, this is a lot of smoke and mirrors. Trustee Norwood said it. You all are a lot of smoke and mirrors. You talk about what you want to talk about. What you don't want to talk about, you don't want to talk about. And they have not presented a budget. They said that's why they're not voting on anything, because they can't see the budget. All right. And she also said they was double dipping. And meaning they're taking the money from Thornton. They're switch-watching money, right? She also said that they just cannot get the info that they need, and that's what they want. They want the info. And then she said something about, well, how can I tell you? Because I don't have nothing to do with the finances. Well, if you're having a board meeting, you should make sure that the person who do have something to do with the finances be at the meeting. That's only right? It's like, when I was watching it yesterday, it was like, and the people were telling her, she was like, the feds they doing a thorough investigation. Do y'all not understand? And they was all just sitting there looking at her, right? Like, are they witches and warlocks? Like, what do they know something we don't know? Like, the people were saying stuff, and there was no, we sorry. Let us explain. And like I said, when it was her turn to talk, she talks after the residents make their comments. It's like, because y'all don't understand, y'all don't know. I'm trying to tell y'all ain't understand it. Y'all don't know because y'all don't know. I'm trying to teach y'all something. Like, that ain't even how the mayor speak, is it? Because y'all don't know. I just couldn't believe she said that so many times. Like, yeah, I'm trying to help y'all understand. I was like, Lord. And then somebody said it. They said, you don't understand, and you're not going to understand until they put the cuffs on you. And she's not. Because she said she so much as said, she said it was a scare tactic. She was trying to say, like, she being set up and don't believe the hype. And when the dust clears, she did say that. When the dust clear, and it will. That's what she said. I was like, okay. All right then. Right? And so then, and the reason why I watched the meeting was because I saw the news that said that Lori Lighfoot was going to continue to investigate about the Vegas trip and definitely about the Vegas trip, right? And I said, ooh, really? Now, she vetoed it last time, remember? She vetoed them to be able to do that. Today, the trustees, they overrode the veto to have Mayor Lighfoot stay on as the investigator. They overrode it. They voted on it, and the person that voted against it, it seemed like it was two. Andrew Holmes, like I said, you never heard him say whatever he was saying. I don't know if he can't talk or he's doing sign language. You never heard him say a thing, right? But Stan Brown said nay, right? So they overruled them. So she's investigating about the allegations that went on in Vegas, as well as the misuse of funds. Now, the mayor was trying to before they overrode her, she was trying to end the meeting. She kept over talking. The meeting over. This meeting over. They was like, no, we still talking. It was something to see, y'all. The meeting is over. When they said they were going to have Lori speak, House, I think his name is Trustee House. Jason House. He's the light-skinned guy that presides sometimes when she's not there. He said no. No, we're not finished with the meeting. And we finished with the meeting. We can ready to go. And then they want, when the meeting is over, I was like, well, they can still have the meeting if she gets up and leaves. But the police chief was like, clear the room. They wanted the room clear. But the people didn't pay him any attention, the trustees. They said, no, we're still in meeting, right? And so they said they were still in discussion. She kept trying to call the roll. And nobody called the roll. I guess the clerk didn't proceed with that, right? So then she said the meeting is over. They wanted they wanted Mayor Lighfoot to speak and say what she was going to do. The police got up in front of between the trustee board, the administration, and the people, and they stood there in a threatening way. I was like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And so then Mayor Lori Lighfoot proceeded to speak, and her and Mayor Tiffany Henyard was trying to overtalk each other. But Lori Lighfoot won that, right? She was trying to overtalk her and cause confusion so the people could not hear what she was saying, right? I was like, this gets worse and worse. I'm glad they overrode her. I'm glad they voted and overrode the veto so that they can pay. And Mayor Lighfoot will get $30,000. She'll get $30,000 for her investigative work, right? And then she put everybody out. And she put everybody out, and then I saw Jason House get up and run over. There was some ruckus. There was some ruckus going on out of the camera vision. It was some ruckus, right? It was some ruckus. I was like, this is the worst. This is horrible. This is just a simple board meeting of a village, right? And she's running it like the Gestapo. And when the ruckus went on, and I saw Jason House, maybe a few other people go that way, he had a sort of a trot over there to see what was going on. And then the cameras went down. So I don't know what happened afterwards. I'm waiting on somebody who follows them, who lives in Dolton, to speak about it. I don't know what happened, but something happened. But the fact that that was so unprofessional, so ghetto. They wanted to keep talking. They wanted to talk about what they was going to talk about. Trustee House said, here goes, I give you the floor. Evidently, Mayor Lighfoot was at the podium, and she attempted to speak, and Mayor Henyard kept saying, meeting's over, and she was saying what she was saying, and they was talking over each other. I was like, wow, you really are not going to allow this woman to say. Order of business is, now we need rest in peace to him, but we needed order. You can't have order to get your point across and nobody can get their point across. That's the part I don't understand. That's not a democracy, right? And she wouldn't allow it. She would not allow it. Even though we did hear Mayor Lighfoot for a moment, right? Now, Mayor Lighfoot spoke with the news and said this is the worst case she has ever seen in her life. She said this is the worst case of public corruption and misappropriating of funds that she has ever seen. And the behavior. The behavior of the administration was the worst she's ever seen. That's what she said, right? So, listen, y'all. This thing getting more and more heated. The mayor, I was shocked when she blocked the street. How dare you? That ain't even cool. And they spoke about that. She said nothing. She said, well, this is for comments, so just make your comments. It's like, whoa. You ain't even going to try. Do you want to get elected next? Let's just say the feds don't find nothing, everything good. Do you want to get elected next time? You should carry yourself in a way that the people will still like you or something. Okay, you and then she said, well, people still like, there's certain people, believe it or not, that's on my side. She's like a little girl. She got in during the pandemic, and I don't know, I think they appointed her. I'm not sure if they voted for her. Seemed like in Dolton they didn't vote. I'm not sure. I got to look into that. I forgot. I did know, but I forgot. But it's just like, do you want to get back in? Do you want to do you want to have a place in politics ever? Like you got to. Nobody's gonna fool with you. That's a small city, village, but nobody's gonna fool with you in the big leagues like that. That behavior wouldn't go, sis. It wouldn't go, right? All that me, and look at me. And then she said, instead of speaking in the meetings, she makes videos. She said, I got a video up, and you'll see it shortly. She doesn't want any confrontation, and she doesn't want to explain herself at all. She just wants to do what she wants to do and go on about her business, child, and drive her cars and, spend their money. That's what she want to do. So anyway, y'all, and there's supposed to be 2. This is the first meeting of the month. There's supposed to be 2, and she has not been having 2. This is why the last time Trustee House had to leave the meeting because she hasn't been coming. So you're derelict of your duties, right? Like I don't know I don't know what she think her future holds. That's what I understand. Are you thinking about tomorrow? Are you thinking about tomorrow? The police chief Lacey, is he thinking about tomorrow? Like, y'all not thinking about tomorrow? This is y'all career. This is a career. Politics is a career. A policeman is a career. Y'all not thinking about that? Like, you just gonna do what you want to do and treat people any old kind of way. Like, y'all in the mafia or something, right? Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching Jackie with a Q. Welcome my new subscribers, right? I'm growing every day. Thank y'all. Everybody have a great day. Okay?